Why should we be in such desperate haste to succeed?
Off the top,
yeah.
And then like they from Florida, and I didn't know what to expect, and they was prepared to go off the top to battle, like, so yeah, I think it was everywhere.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, obviously back then, everything wasn't recorded.
Yeah.
So back then you had the verses you took with you. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I got some iconic verses that I done took through multiple prisons and shit and shut shit down.
Yeah.
Like shut shit down.
Everybody got their go-tos.
That's what I'm saying. But now even your go-tos are recorded somewhere.
Yeah.
They're probably
so now
they're out somewhere.
Yeah.
Back then though, you could, you know what I'm saying? You could live off some of them verses.
Because we all got that homie that's been to prison who lives off of those same 5 verses at every time you're required to spit
To
live,
be fair though,
Yeah,
to be fair though, like, is that better or worse than not having anything to go ready live at any time?
Definitely better.
So
because listen, almost nobody is going truly off top on camera, just because of the risk factor.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like you the only one doing it natural, and everybody else is doing steroids around you.
For sure.
Because they kicking writtens and you trying to go off
So,
top.
no, that's a
one
fact.
wants to. No one wants to be the one.
Because we be doing a lot of rapping here, and that's a fact. So, but like 30 different times, and I see when some cats are freestyling, and then you see when some other cats throw a writ in it. You just kind of see it, you know what I mean? But actually, I'm glad you say that, and I'm glad that as more as people check into us and what we got going on and all this journey, like, I'll freestyle anytime though. So I've been doing a whole bunch of freestyling lately. That shit been fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, but you're right. Not everybody can really go off the top.
Because you just don't want to be the weak one. Because even if you're decent going off top,
that's a fact.
And everybody else is dropping these amazing punchlines and shit.
It do be feeling,
That's why you keep the cipher going longer.
Or it do be feeling good though when because I can go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like especially for that first 16 or that
Yeah.
Like, and when you do keep up with a motherfucker, it's like, oh shit, that shit do make you feel good.
See, I was always the type where, and like I said, I don't stay in freestyle shape no more. But like, I'll go off the top, and maybe I'll catch a syllable match that exists somewhere in my notebook, and then I'm just burning through those 16 that's already written. But then I can get to the end of it and swim until I get to something else. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be able to do it like that, but.
Yo, can I tell you something? I think you're like one of the best rappers I've ever heard.
That's insane, but thank you.
Hey, this is the very first episode. This is the first time y'all gonna see us.
Yep.
It's UnEmplortant, baby. It's the future.
It's Tripp.
One of the best rappers I've ever heard. I'm sure y'all might get a lot of that. We was just talking about in the intro. I don't know. I'm just so happy to be here. Your numbers. Can you give me a bum bum bum? Because I'm so happy to be here, yo. We got some. That's what I was looking for. Because this is episode 940.
Yeah.
And thank y'all so much for tuning in and probably waiting for this.
Yeah.
Just to give y'all just a quick rundown of how we got to episode 96. And it's the first time you're seeing us.
Yeah.
It's been fun, yo. It's been like everybody wants to podcast. Everybody wants to get on camera. And I want everybody to, do your thing. But like we were talking about earlier, how you kind of obsess over albums, music, things like that. The same. I want to give really high quality. If we're gonna do it, let's do it the best we can. Yeah, exactly.
We're perfectionists. That's what artists are.
So this has been a journey. There's been work, you know what I'm saying, and been learning and figuring it out, the workflow, how to move all this footage around. So
sharpening the blades.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you see it, UnEmplortant.
That official looking ass logo.
Tripp Shelton.
Man even put me first. That's crazy.
The future and the board dad. Introduce yourself. Tell them who you are, Numbars.
I guess I'm the last one.
It's actually hilarious how I just called you Numbars because everybody I talked to was like, oh, the board dad? Be like, well, yeah, sorry, I knew him for 14 years. My bad.
Yeah.
It
depends on when you met me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for being here. We're super excited for this show. So yeah, it's been a journey. So that's why you're seeing this first. We're going to start giving y'all content. We have a few shows ready to go. So once this comes out, you'll have a regular drop schedule. You'll be able to find us on X. Obviously, we'll be on Facebook and Instagram. You'll be able to find us on TikTok. And so I just wanted to finish the point of, like, everybody's trying to do this, but we really wanted to kind of give y'all a really solid production and take a real shot at this. So that's what took so long. And that's why this is episode 1407.
But you're going to get to see the episodes that came before episode
exactly.
72 today.
Exactly. And
you'll see the journey that got us to where we are. But to jump into this raw and think it wasn't going to take any practice is insane.
It really is.
Especially for two people who care about the quality of their work.
That's a fact. And honestly, I've tried to, like, I've been podding and working on stuff, and I'll sit down with people who want to do a show or something, and they just come and we'll, like, just do something that we're not even necessarily recording, and they'll struggle with it. And I'll be like, have you worked on this? Have you thought about, like, and it's like, no, it's just like, we're just going to talk, right? It's like, oh, you just assume that there's people out here who have put years and years and years into this craft, and you were just going to sit down and be good at it.
Right.
That's crazy to me. Rapping is just words. If that's the case, so is singing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Working out is just moving. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, what, you can't do 40 push-ups right now? It's not that easy, is it? So, shout out to Pod, and we're going to figure it out. We definitely going to give y'all a run because we did so much of the groundwork already.
Yeah.
So even, we done hit the wall a few times because it's hard work. But we're going to be here for y'all. Y'all going to start getting real-time footage and, real-time thoughts and opinions on things. Yeah. So, super happy to be here. And this is episode 1 by de
or
facto.
84.
Exactly.
Or
so
53.
Y'all get what we putting down here, yo. So shout out to y'all. So you know what I wanted to talk about?
What did you want to talk about?
How fucking hard it is to keep a car running, son.
Oh,
why?
Oh man, we could go days.
And honestly, Numbars is actually like, oh, the bored dad. My bad. Sorry, my bad. Actually, is a mechanic, so I can't relate to that. I be saying like, I wish I would have learned how to fix some shit. Because it seemed like it would be a good skill to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a side hustle and shit. But my car shoots oil out. It's been shooting oil out for months. And, out. Like, I'm talking about Tripp. It shoots out from under the headlight. It shoots out from over the hood. Like, it shoots out from the blinker light. Like, it shoots out from the grill. Bro, like, the whole hood is all spilt back up on the hood, almost up to the window. And it's been that way for months.
Fuck.
Yeah, anyway, who knows, right? I don't know. Somebody hit it, too, today.
Now, you was talking about how you just said, how bored dad is a mechanic and, you can't relate. You know how they talk about boy math and girl math?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what dad math is. Dad math is being a certified mechanic, never teaching your son anything, and then looking at him like a bitch because he don't know how to do nothing but, like, brakes and an oil change. Like... Bro, it's not my thing, bro. I've never been into it.
My dad was always fixing some shit, too, and could fix anything, and he ain't never teach me shit.
Not a goddamn
thing.
But
he told me I was a bitch, though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't nobody taught me shit.
Yeah, I'll never forget. I used to drive home with my pops, and, he'll be lit. He was drunk. I mean, we could talk about it. It was like the 80s and shit, right?
Yeah, everybody was.
And he'll call me a bitch for being scared. I'll go home and be like, yo, and I swear to God, no bullshit, you had to drive over a mountain. Like, you had to go over a mountain to get where we was going a lot of the times, bro. This shit was scary to drive on with a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God. And this motherfucker wild because he ended up getting a DUI on his bicycle.
Goddamn. I do know a couple people who had that.
Shout out to my pops. I love my pops. I'm sure all this is going to come up in all these episodes. Yeah. We just comfortable. But, like, yeah.
My dad's never going to watch this. I can talk all the shit I want.
My dad is dead. My dad is passed away. And that's sad, but for sure. But we good because I like who I am. He probably had something. Look, my parents created me.
A T-shirt somewhere.
For sure.
I know a guy. Shout out Zach, the OG of the bike DUI.
I want to clarify that statement. I know that y'all heard me just make. I just said my parents created me and left it at that. Like, that's the only thing that matters. But no, what I'm saying is like, and I like who I am and I'm proud of who I am. So they had to make me to get here. Yeah. I guess that is kind of all I'm saying because I don't have much more credit than that. But thanks for that. They made me, so I'm glad about that. I'm trying to be positive. You know what I'm saying? But my dad used to call me a bitch all the time.
My dad wouldn't directly call me a bitch, but he was a master of making you feel like a bitch.
Are we doing this? We could do
Let's
this.
just do it.
Let's
We're
just,
here.
oh, no,
Shit.
let's just do this. Okay, yeah,
No,
for sure.
like, I would get inadvertently called a bitch for enjoying food.
That
like-
makes sense.
like, for
that
real,
makes
like-
sense. We're going to connect some dots.
No,
That makes sense. That's why you eat cardboard now.
Right. I can remember it
With some
clear as
mustard
day,
probably
like,
or something.
I was geeked about something that my grandma made, and I just remember like my dad, when he was irritated, his favorite way to disrespect you was to pop his newspaper so that you'd look there, but then he would not give you eye contact. Like that
like,
was just
what
his
in this
way.
family
Like,
sitcom show?
for real. And I remember he would say, he would like suck his teeth at me, and he'd say, like,
Damn, son.
you eat to live, not for enjoyment. Like, you're a bitch because you like your grandma's taco bowls right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yo, shout out to grandma, because my grandma used to bake fire-ass cookies, yo. What? Shout out to grandma, man.
Yeah,
No, yeah, my dad used to be like, you're a bitch.
yeah.
No, for real. And honestly, you know, because he would hit my mom's and shit too. So it's like, even when I try to do something about that, he just slap the shit out of me or some
Yeah.
shit, you know? And so, but I remember the first time I scooped his ass up. And like I was probably like 16 or something, just picked him up. Shit, then he started to chill. I just lied to you because he hit me with an axe handle after that.
So
And I pissed blood from that shit.
I have a theory. Oh, go ahead.
No, because I was gonna,
Wait,
I
did
was
he
gonna
hit
tell
you?
I was gonna tell a wild story. So
No,
so go ahead.
You could tell it unless you just
No,
don't
go ahead,
want
go ahead,
to.
go ahead. No,
I
we'll
was
get
just
there.
gonna say,
We got time. We here, baby.
I have a theory about there's some sort of rite of passage where it seems like it's about 16 where you try to fight your dad.
This is a fact. You know what's funny is we have a mutual friend who I brought this up to last time I physically saw him. We was chilling. I knew his son was getting to be like 16, 17. And the first thing I asked him when I seen him, I ain't seen him in a while. I'm like, yo, y'all fight yet? And you know what he said? He said, yup. He said he had to, you know what I'm talking about. He said he had to end up putting him in a hold, like, bro, I love you, bro. You know, wrapped him up and kind of let him know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's what happens. And honestly, I just saw a friend of mine, a dope female whose daughter's about the 18 like Melody, and they said they got into it too. I said, I feel like that's what happens, man.
Like I'm looking.
I
at
think it happens with women too. I just think when you get to
Yeah.
that age,
It's a rite of
There's a
passage.
test.
It's
There's a test.
It's seeing if you're ready for the throne, I guess. But
we're not promoting no violence.
it's funny because I'm on the flip side of it. I mean, I had my kids a little younger than my dad did, but like, I'm the age that my dad was when I tried him at 16, and he was in shape like I'm in shape now, and I know I had no chance at all, but I was still ready to run it up. And thank God we irritated my grandfather enough, and I'm talking about the calmest man ever. You could never get him to get a rise out of him. And my granddad banged his fist on the table. He said, enough! And we both was like, yeah, we're going to chill. I don't even know what the fuck we was doing right now.
yeah, no, that's
I
fire.
don't even know what we was fighting about. Let's just sit down and, you watching the game?
Man.
Like, that's just how it was. Like, nobody was trying granddad, so he saved me from probably death that day because I was not ready for that at all.
No, I mean that's when I hear that story, it fills me full of joy. Yeah, 'cause-
Everybody got to try pops at some
No,
point.
but there just wasn't nobody around to be like, tell motherfuckers to chill. And I think about how it would
Yeah.
have been if there was nobody around to tell that motherfucker to chill. So
Yeah.
my dad got busy. So hell yeah, like, but I ain't gonna lie, I was to just try to put it in perspective, because this could be 1,000 episodes. I got kicked out of school a bunch of times and shit, fighting all the time, just bad as hell. But one of the times, me and my homie got suspended and shit, and my dad was a drug dealer and shit, so he sold weed and shit, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck it, yo, we just take that shit. We just gonna rob his ass. And the way he was in the garage, yo, and what's so crazy is we cut a hole in the wall. It's broad daylight, because I knew that they couldn't call the police.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we stealing all the weed. So I was like 14 or some shit. I was mad young. We just cut a hole in the wall and shit. And the dude across the street that owned no, we could laugh. It's cool. I had to pay a lot of. As y'all go through my content, I did so much wild bad shit, and I could go to earlier than that, to all the beatings and shit. So to me, this is just part of my journey, right? So, but the dude across the street was on the body shop, was his man. You know what I'm saying? But my dad was down in the city, so he calling him, telling him what's going on while it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So, I know he was hot. Yeah, he came back. He fucked me up. But that's what I'm saying. I deserved it, though.
Yeah.
But then you know, as the cycle goes, it's like when I was real young, shit was so bad and all types of abuse, shit like that.
Yeah.
So now when I'm stealing your shit, it's like, what's up? That's what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so then it was the cycle. That's all I'm saying. So it's not like but took all that shit. I think it was like, we took like 1.5 pounds of weed, son. And me and my homies, like I said, we like 14. We smoked 90 blunts at once, like at one sitting in my homie's trailer, little pop-up camper and shit. I thought I was gonna die that night.
Man,
Smoked so much weed.
Shout
out to my pops, man.
We ran in and robbed one of my homeboys' dads when we was teenagers because, like, dude was hella abusive and, you know, abused my homeboy's mom to the point where it kind of inadvertently ended her life. So we didn't feel bad about robbing him.
Oh, this is what we doing.
It was the most whack robbery ever, bro. I carried like 150-pound safe out of a basement for the biggest disappointment of all time when we cracked that hole open. There was nothing worth nothing in there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nothing worth a fuck.
No, honestly, that's when he came home and hit me with the axe handle. I probably deserved it, to be honest.
Maybe a little.
No, I probably deserved it. But to spin that back, actually, I first started finding it when I was like 11.
Yeah.
So I found it and I would just take like, I have no idea actually of the amount. So I'm assuming handfuls at a time. So probably ounces at a time or something. And I would give it out to all the older kids. I'll never forget, bro. You remember the triple fat gooses?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if they made them here, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If they made it here, you know?
Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah, my man had the trench coat joint, though, in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? I stole, like, a big-ass ounce of weed, gave it to him. He gave me the jacket and shit. Yeah, so I started stealing it before I just took it all. That's when shit was going downhill. But I started stealing the weed early and shit. And then, with some bullshit, is one of his homies told him and they fucked me up. But, like, am I allowed to say, like, yo, man, you shouldn't have sold drugs? I'm not allowed to say that?
No, you are.
I'm not allowed to say you shouldn't have drugs in the house?
Yeah.
No, you are.
But as like, y'all look at me, you like, oh, because it is some bullshit. Of course it's some bullshit. But, you know what I'm saying?
You're not wrong.
Like, you know what I mean? No, I'll never forget, yo. I was super young and I thought that there was somebody in our house. So I called the police, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody was home. And the police go in there and shit, I swear to God, on Jesus sandals. They looking under the couch and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? My pops comes in going crazy, throws him out the house and shit, and then he beat my ass. But he was right, though.
Yeah.
They didn't give a fuck if I was scared if somebody was in the house. They was looking for drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done let him in the house.
You almost gave him up.
Yeah, hell yeah, he beat my ass. So that's kind of my journey.
The way you looked over to acknowledge all the darkness that we just started with.
No, I know, because it's fun. No,
this shit goes everywhere, man.
But when you say that about your pops, like my guess is some of the things that were a lot of the same, and we just used it in such different, in different like forms. It's kind of crazy, because I did make myself hyper fixate on being emotionally intelligent and communicating and shit, because that I never had that. It was so bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like how, you know,
I just basically,
your dad told you not to eat and you haven't ate since.
Yeah, I've just.
So, you know what I'm saying?
I just kind of got
And somehow you're still built like fucking, you know.
I got the Winter Soldier.
Insert wrestler here.
I got the Winter Soldier upbringing, kind of. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm just
Do you have a metal arm?
A robot. No, but I need one because this motherfucker is. I got nerve damage. It is trash.
I feel like there's people out there that think you have a metal arm.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe some people
you know
from
what I'm
the
saying?
90s.
I'm just saying, though. Yeah, the 90s was wild, man.
Yeah.
The 90s was wild. Actually, yeah, the 90s is wild. That's when I brought the gun to school. But that was the same because, like, I was always around older people because I was giving them all the weed. I thought it was because I was cool.
Giving them all the weed.
Now, as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, it wasn't because I was cool.
Yeah.
It was because I was giving them all the weed. Yeah. And I was just giving it to them, too, because they made me feel, they drive me to school and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was one of the only middle schoolers back then that had high schoolers pulling up when I guess I can't say everybody gets bullied. I definitely dealt with a period in my life where I got bullied. But I was always able to have motherfuckers who was like, oh, yeah, Ray gives us weed. So
Would you believe me?
I'm just kidding. I think some of you guys cared about me.
Would you believe me if I told you that I only smoked weed one time in high school?
That's super weird, yeah. I
Yeah.
don't believe it.
Bro, I still thought I was going to NFL. You wasn't about to tell me shit. Like, I was not going to poison my temple.
For sure.
You know? That's how I felt.
I've only drank one beer in my life. Ever.
Like,
Ever.
dead ass?
Dead ass.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But I've drank a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I've just drank like vodka and shit.
Just not a beer guy.
Because even when I drink, like, man, look, I'm an extreme guy, and I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
So I just know that, and I harness it. So when I would go out, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like telling Melody, like, all right, hopefully make it home. You know what's up? I'm finna have a good time. So I know that. I'm extreme.
As long as you're not one of the beer shamers.
No, I'm obviously more of, like, I love you and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm also, like, to be fair, I'm disappear and do what the fuck I want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, but like,
so I disappear most of the time.
You have beer shamers who,
of course,
who I guess don't understand. For me, there's different alcohol for different settings. Like if I'm chilling and trying to watch football all day long, I want to drink beer.
For sure.
But you've got those people that are like, oh, I don't mess around with beer. I get straight to the hard liquor, and I'm like, well, where does it end? Like,
well, for sure, I can't. That's what I'm saying. I can't really relate to any of that.
It's not a drag race to passed out every. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I'm past that, bro.
So
I don't live
not
like
for
that
me.
no more.
I'm not
But that's
saying
what I'm
for you anymore.
Even at my height, I only went out maybe once or twice a month.
Yeah.
So I never really drank that much. But when I would go out, it was, we finna have the best time. But that's also because I'm extra happy. But not everybody is. And so it just wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And also I would drive home too much.
Yeah.
Or every time.
I'm glad
Because
I'm glad
I'm
I
getting
got
home.
the 1 dub because I got smart after I got one.
Shout out to Melon Ball.
I needed one.
Some people need two.
Nah, I won't never need two. But nah,
Smoked you. You know what's up. It's an inside joke between me and my child, yo. That no one in there is going to get, but it's really funny. You might get it later if you follow the page.
I got it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so drinking, my dad was a terrible alcoholic. Actually, when I was little, before I started stealing and shit, I used to have to like walk over people and shit to go to school because they was passed out in the crib because they was all drunk and shit. Or I'd have to like find his ass when he tried to walk home from the bar and shit. You know what I'm saying? So alcohol, but teach your own.
My dad would probably feel like the alcohol was punking him if he was an alcoholic. So he would not allow that to happen because.
And to be fair, to my dad's credit, as soon as they had my sister, it was just, he built a man cave outside. It was much different. Like he still drank all the time, but he was way cooler. So, and to be fair, a beautiful daughter will do that to you.
Yeah.
Because I was a little more wild before I had mine. And I was still pretty wild after I had mine. I'm not gonna lie, but I did get it together eventually.
I kind of straightened right up, man.
I didn't obviously because I went to prison when Melody was like 4 or 3 years old. So
I had to serve for some shit that I did before my daughter was conceived, like in the early part of her life. But once I got that out the way, I've been chill ever since.
Yeah, same. And actually, when Melody's mom got pregnant with Melody is when I was on the run for stabbing dude. So I thought I was finna go away forever. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I was like, well, I just need to turn myself in because I want to be out at some point. You know what I'm saying? I thought I had warrants in New York too because when I stabbed dude, fucking, I had just got to Ohio from New York. I only been there a few months. I was like selling drugs and wilding out and shit. I thought I still had warrants in New York too. So I'm like, oh, I just stabbed dude. They fitting to take me for those felonies, and I got warrants. So I thought I was never coming home. But long story less long, I didn't have no warrants in New York. They said they did, but they kept calling them and they didn't want me. So I actually, since it ended up, now Ohio doesn't have stand your ground or anything like that. So there is no self-defense. Some people get self-defense kind of misunderstood. If you're in a state that doesn't have a law for it, you will get charged no matter what. Then you go in front of your peers and say, he broke into my home, I shot him in his face.
Yeah.
And you get off.
Yeah.
But you are getting charged. So it ended up being self-defense, and I only got like a year. And since it was my first time being like in felony trouble, I only did like a few months. So, it wasn't that big a deal. But when it first happened, it was a huge deal, and somehow, I got out on ankle monitor, and I violated that shit in a week, and I still got bail. God is good, and was able to see Melody be born. That's a pum, because, because I thought I was never getting out, let alone out in time to see her be born. So I did get out for that.
I think one of the greatest character and perspective
I feel like I just threw a whole stabbing in there.
No, that's
like as if, and because people don't know, I don't assume everyone knows who we are or who I am. It's like, oh yeah, you're just a piece of shit. You're just like, yeah. Anyway, this is great.
I think it's such a big character.
I'm glad we got so comfortable.
Character and perspective builder to stand in front of a judge and not know what he's going to hand you and realize in that moment that I am not in control of everything and I am at the mercy of this court because I put myself here. It was so pivotal in me growing up. I needed to do that. You know what I mean? I needed to stand there and feel that sinking feeling like, fuck, man, I gave my freedom for someone else to decide.
Yeah, I wish I'd have learned that shit early.
I learned everything once, bro.
I actually have my rap sheet because we were gonna adopt Melody's little brother a few years ago. The state reached out to us and shit. It's not mine, but since him and Melody related, they reached out. I was in, you know what I'm saying? But so they sent me everything that's ever happened and shit. At that time I had been arrested 49 times. God. And fucking I had 9 felonies. Since then I've gotten 2 more though. Hey, so, yo, man, this is some bullshit. This is what I've been thinking. We need some sounds and shit because. No, not just that one. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Like we need to laugh. Like we need to.
I was looking over and I was like, that might work.
Look, man, I'm trying to. I need
dark.
I need help.
Pull the plane back up.
Bro, we're getting way too comfortable because I need to course correct because.
Music. Let's bring it back a little bit.
No, because I can't. I feel like I gotta clarify a lot of that shit, but. Yeah,
we need that palate cleanser like when you watch a comedy right after a movie scares the fuck out of you.
Look, man, I blame my dad. I don't, actually. I was just trying to make it funny.
What about the new Scream movie? Anybody excited about that?
No.
Come on.
Look, man,
How many of those did they make?
See, look at them. They going
Scream
off.
13?
Maybe.
I'm
not a bad person.
14?
Who watched more than one of those or more than one Fast and the Furious?
I watch every single Fast and the Furious, bro. What are you talking
insane.
about? What are you talking about? Like, what is he talking about right now?
I'm going to let you know. I watched 1 and 2, and then they died.
I watched all 14.
They died,
bro.
After
I watched
2,
all. Bro, we went to the theater for every single one. Is you playing with me? What?
Do you get a T-shirt at least for completing
Nothing. They don't make T-shirts that fit me.
I
no one ever had shirts
after
for me.
the second
I
one,
love
it
that
turned
shit.
to
I'm a
Transformers.
nerd. That's fine. That's fine. No, and it went past that because they went to the moon on a Fiero. So, you know what I'm saying?
That's a Transformer
so,
movie.
like, that's what I'm saying. It went past all that shit. But first off, I remember the first one, and I remember going to the theater, and I remember all the cool kids. 'Cause I couldn't drive yet. We were so young. All the cool kids had all the nice little Hondas out there, and they was zooming through the parking lot shit. That shit was like a moment. That shit was lit for the first one. And then after that, I just loved movies. So I like brain dead movies, bro. I like being able to shut my brain off for 2 hours.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that.
So, and honestly, the problem with Fast and the Furious specifically is like 2, 3, and 4 are the worst ones. So like when you get to 5, the people have already checked out. Well, not everybody, because they make $1 billion.
1 and 2 is only 2 I'll ever
They make $1 billion, so obviously everybody hasn't checked out. But what I mean is the people who are like, that shit is corny. It's like it did get corny, but then at 5 it got way better, more funny. When The Rock came in, all that shit, it was just way better. Jason Statham and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he's lit, bro, because I just watched The Meg, and Jason Statham just punched him in the face. The Megalodon, just so we're clear. He punched the Megalodon in the face.
I remember.
Could you punch a Megalodon in the face?
I would try.
It's bigger than a school bus.
Because I wouldn't be in the water. So back that up now.
Can I ask you something?
I'm not finna be in the water.
I feel like I just stereotyped you.
You should have.
Is that a real thing, you think? You can speak to it.
I can only speak for me. I'm not fucking with no water. I know a lot of black folks can swim. I know no man down my side of the family tree can swim. None of us.
Yeah. All right. Well,
now what it is.
Now we know what your kryptonite is. Put you in a boat.
Hey, good luck putting me in one. You have
sure.
Yeah, you have to put me down first or something.
Like a tranquilizer gun?
Huh?
What, like a tranquilizer gun?
You just wake up on a cruise?
Yeah, that's the only way, bro.
Is that a fucking nightmare for you?
I feel like it's never people who can't swim that drown to death. It's always, I got this bro that drowns. I got this, bro.
That reminds me of my
bro,
cousin.
I'm a fish. That's who drowns.
Yo.
Yeah.
I'm a fish, dog. I got this. That's who the fuck drowns, not me. I ain't gonna be nowhere near it.
I ain't gonna lie. The last time we was on a boat, it was fun as shit. All the homies was drinking and shit. I was driving the boat, and so they was lit. You know what I'm saying? And my man's in the water. He got the vest on and shit. You know what I'm saying? But his head's barely above the water and shit. And I see him start to take in some of the water, and then he starts throwing up while he's in the lake. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, we gotta get him. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh man, yeah. Shout out to swimming.
I feel like that ain't for us, man.
Shout out to swimming.
especially big uncontrolled bodies of water with
Like I'm not
ancient dinosaurs down there.
I'm not psyched about it. I'm not psyched about it. Like I'm not trying to really like be out in the ocean for real. I don't want to fly over it. You know what I'm saying? But I would.
If it's
I would go on a cruise if I had to.
If it's bigger than a hot tub,
Boat
it
or
cannot
fly?
have me.
Which one would you prefer?
Logic in my brain tells me to fly.
I want to fly because
I want to be
if
done.
I have to encounter the water, I want to die on impact.
Bro, well, isn't that the worst thing in the world? Imagine being on a boat that's sinking, a big ass boat, and now you floating next to the big boat as it coming down and shit, bro. It's the scariest thing that could
Then
ever
it
happen
pulls
in the
you
world.
under.
It's the scariest thing that could happen in the world.
I can't think of anything worse.
No, I say that all the time. There's nothing worse.
So Titanic is the #1 horror movie of all time. It's
Listen,
confirmed.
man, what's crazy is
Confirmed.
there's been people
It's terrifying.
who've been lost in the ocean and got
Frozen.
found like 2-3 days later. Because you assume like, oh, I couldn't survive it. But when your body's just on that piece of wood or whatever, before you know it, you just floating around. And shit. Imagine those 3 days.
I would die.
Imagine those 3 days though, bro.
I would die alone. I would die from the panic of thinking about what creatures are in that water.
You just punch
That'd
him
be
in the
enough
face.
to kill me.
You just punch him in
No,
the face.
I'm on their turf. I'll let me punch a bear or some shit on land, bro. I can't fuck with
bear
them in their
gonna
crib.
fuck you up, son.
That's fine. That's better than anything
But-
in the water.
But you think you could beat a full-grown wolf? We've talked about this, I think.
No, not a wolf.
Why does everyone else think that?
I don't know.
Without exaggeration, when I say every,
What's
at
the
least
biggest house pet that
at
you would
least
take
13
out that you
people
could
I
take
know,
out?
men, have said they beat up a full-grown wolf.
I'm fucking up anybody's dog, but a dog and a wolf are not the same
I was
thing.
about to call somebody and ask, like, yo, you can beat up a wolf? They're going to say, yeah.
No, bro. These people have not encountered
Well,
a
because
wolf.
of course not. That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's until a phantom pulls up.
But
That's
they're
what that is. When you see a wolf, you understand you're dealing
but they
with
are
something
like,
different.
yo, they are like 150 pounds, right?
They're big as fuck.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're motherfuckers.
Well, no, that's not that
They-
big,
Their
actually.
their
head
shoulder blades
would
be
come up to
rib
your
height,
nipples.
bro.
No, I can't whoop a
Yeah.
wolf. I'm just saying,
Nah.
like, I think they're only like 150 pounds. So when you say only, like, Melody or like people, like kids weigh more than that.
Yeah, I get that, but this is like the horsepower on that motherfucker is different, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be
It's
like
bite
the
force.
strongest 150-pound dude
It
you've
only needs
ever
one.
encountered.
I
who
don't
also has enough fucking.
I'm mad as hell that y'all kept saying this shit.
It's the 150-pound dude that
Everybody
has the
kept saying it,
one-hitter
too.
quitter,
The,
bro.
the
Everybody kept
9,000
saying
Gotta
it.
stay out of the
PSI
way.
bite and shit. No thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Why did they keep
You're not
saying that
beating no
shit?
wolf.
They will snap your femur. They could bite
Yeah.
so
Now when I encounter dogs when I'm jogging, I do not run. I will fuck your dog up. And back to what we was talking about
Even if it
earlier.
weighs 150 pounds?
I don't care. Like that,
So no,
it's still
well-
not built like a wolf.
That's what I'm saying. So a
Yeah.
150-pound route, you gonna beat his ass?
Absolutely, I have
Got
to.
you.
And
Well,
we was
that's the thing. That's what we also need to add into this. This is a live or die situation.
yeah.
So you will have that, even with the wolf, you'd have that extra. So it's
Yeah,
150 pounds.
but a wolf
So if you
is-
can get your arm maybe in its mouth, right? Sacrifice that arm,
Yeah,
kind
because
of.
I got this garbage arm that I would love to feed to somebody's pit
To a
bull
wolf?
if I had to.
Oh, that makes sense.
I would like to not encounter the wolf. Can
Yo,
I
I
just
would
not
like to.
encounter
I
the wolf?
wonder. I don't.
Yeah,
This is bad.
you don't-
This is bad TV. But I wonder. I'm not 100. Are we sure that a wolf's bite is harder than a pit bull's?
Oh yeah, no. A
Per
wolf
force.
has the second hardest bite force, I believe. I'll look it up. But I
Behind
think
what?
it's
Like a bear?
hyena.
Oh,
Hyena.
you mean of like the?
It's a
Ooh,
hyena.
Damn. Hyena wouldn't be
has
no
the
fun
highest.
either.
No, hyena, you are not fucking up either.
Yeah.
Hyena's gonna fuck your world up.
You're not gonna fuck up a wolf anyway.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why
I
they
did
told me
square
that.
up with a pit bull about 2 weeks ago. Like, squared up. I don't run. I am going to get my hands on your pit bull's collar, and I'm going to slam that motherfucker off of everything near me.
What if it's got a spike collar?
I got to sacrifice the hand. He going for a ride,
Wolf's
bro.
not even in the top 10. But
What?
Yeah.
But again, can it does it have more bite force than a pit bull?
I don't know. I just know they built different.
All I'm saying is maybe wolves are like, you know what I mean?
Little, you saying they got popcorn muscles?
I'm
that
a
what
bitch.
you're saying?
So, you know what I'm saying? So, and also, I'm a good person. But anyway,
So, 10, hyena, 1,100 PSI. 9, grizzly bear, 1,160 PSI. Polar bear is 1,200 PSI. Gorilla, 1,300 PSI.
That's the
something.
last thing you want to fuck with.
we
Bull
can't,
shark.
all this shit's a problem.
1,350
Yeah, these are all
PSI.
problems. Major problems.
Jaguar, 1,500 PSI. Hippopotamus,
Well, they kill the most people.
With
Yeah.
1,800.
Hippos kill the most people, bro.
1,800.
I seen a video the other
American
day.
alligator. Let's just finish. This is number 3. American alligator, 2,125 psi. Saltwater croc, 3,700.
Jesus Christ.
And the number 1 is a Nile crocodile at 5,000.
So we've concluded a wolf is biting hella harder than a pit bull.
It's buying hell harder, but I do not. It is not in the top 10.
Yeah. Listen, like you said, everything listed is a fucking problem. I want nothing to do with.
Oh yeah, anyway, what's up?
That's your segue.
Well, no, man, because I feel like I was about to say again, I'm not a bad guy, because
Wolf
you
is
know?
400 psi.
And this is what we talking about.
Pitbull is 235.
there you go. But I'm just saying, like, I can't beat up a wolf. I just know everybody kept telling me they could beat up a wolf.
That's wild.
And I kept seeing, like, what the fuck is that?
It says it can exceed 1,000. A wolf can.
Bro, I seen the gray. That's all I'm saying.
So,
Listen,
Liam Neeson couldn't. Eventually, he even got killed, and he's got a special set of skills. You know what I'm saying? Yo, The Gray's a good ass movie if you haven't seen it. In the end, he fights a fucking a wolf with like he has a little liquor bottles, and he like breaks him, and he has them on each knuckle. He loses.
That sounds
That's
like
what I'd have
it goes in that Fast and
what I
He
Furious
loses.
category.
He loses.
Fuckery.
Hey man, I like entertainment because I had a rough life.
I do like a good brainless movie though. But what I will not do is watch a continuous series of the same brainless movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like
won't
they
do
were
it.
though, because I do like Ludacris and shit. And again, I think they're funny and shit. You know, now towards the end, like with the submarine and like going to space and you know that lot. You know, there was a one time where they jumped over the thing and it grabbed the rope and it flew them across the, you know, all that type of shit.
Nope.
You know, but you're not supposed to believe that shit. None of this shit is real, bruh. All of a
This-
sudden, it's Dom's fault.
This shit might not even be real.
That's what I'm saying. Like it ain't. It's like it's not Dominic Toretto's fault.
Yo, how many? What the? There's 11 Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, I know. I watched every single one 20 times. I own every one. What are we talking about?
1 and 2 is the only 2 that exist for me.
That's what I'm saying. They got the best one is 5,
Like-
and from there, 5, 6, and 7 are lit.
I
7
liked-
is when Paul Walker passed. R.I.P. to my guy.
I liked 1, but it left me feeling.
Oh, you don't like things.
It left me feeling the same way I do after a lot of dates. Like I'll be like, man, that was really fun. That's a really good woman right there. I don't ever want to see her again. And that's how I felt about Fast and the Furious.
We're a
Like-
mess.
Man, that was entertaining. I don't ever need to see another one of these ever in the rest of my life, and I never did. Good for me.
No, that's not. That maybe not. You don't know. You don't know. Them girls might have been nice. You should have maybe saw them again.
I'm good.
You don't know. I'm with you. I'm with you, but you don't know is all I'm saying. So in this situation, since I know the Fast and the Furious, it would be like I knew them girls. And I'm telling you, like some of them was kind of shitty for sure, right? I know a few of them, but she got her shit together around this year, you know, number 5, you know what I'm saying? 6 and 7 was good, real good. And like 8 and 9 was like wild. Shit got crazy. 10 sucked. I'm not gonna lie. 10 was the worst one. To be fair, so
Part one or two.
you know what's funny? In this comparison, I'm able to come to you and say, yo, she got her shit together for a little bit, bro. I'm telling you. There was this period. You missed her. It was this period. Don't go back now, though, because shit is fucked up. Because 10 was so
Man.
bad. 10 was the one I hated the
There's
most.
twice as many Fast and Furious movies than there are Transformer movies. Like, I'm lost.
I'm being a hypocrite.
I've watched every single one. I can tell you everything
They
about
can
every
keep
single one.
lining up Avengers movies, and I'll keep watching them
What
until the
car
end
was
of
the
time.
fastest?
So I'm just being a hypocrite.
7.
I'm going to be honest with you. I've watched What Car Was the Fastest videos 100 times. So I literally have watched videos on the guy who curates the cars.
No.
Because to be fair, I do love cars. I think
7.
cars are super cool. I don't like to fix
7,
them.
I asked.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. I would assume that it was going to be whatever Paul. 7 was the one where Paul Walker died in the middle of it, middle of shooting it. So, but they
R.I.P.
did
Lance Harbor.
They did
So did they kill him halfway through
Florida
the movie?
State.
No. They did. You know, they had a lot of stuff shot. They used his brother, stuff like that. But they ended up doing an
Is
actual.
that bad of me?
They ended up doing a really good send off at the end. So I'm assuming whatever he was driving was probably really fast. But I do like cars too. To be fair, I just don't have any money because mine shoots oil out of the fucking headlight.
Shoots it really
Man,
fast.
I'm so indifferent about cars. I've never gave a fuck.
I enjoy
I
like
don't have a dream car. I don't have a favorite car. I don't have a car preference. Like
that's how I feel about clothes and shit for the most
Yeah.
part. But a car, I enjoy driving. I do like to drive. It is something you do, and I enjoy doing it. So I do like having something I enjoy driving. You know what I'm saying?
feel you.
Or like if I had like a big Jeep or something, I would use it to go places I couldn't in a car. I do enjoy driving for sure, but I don't need like the nicest or the newest or anything like that. Actually, keep it real. So when I got my first Magnum, like it was my dream car. It's what I wanted, and I was telling all the homies like, because we'll have that conversation because this was years ago now, and you'd be like, oh, what's your dream car? And motherfuckers would always say some crazy shit, and I'd be like, I just want a Magnum RT with the Hemi in it. I'd be like, that's like a $10,000 car. It's like, but I'm gonna get one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I ain't shit. We talked about this already, clearly. So, but I kept working hard and shit, and I was able to get it because it was an obtainable car. So it was just funny because when the homies saw it, they was like, oh shit, it's fire. I said, I told y'all, motherfuckers saying these fucking Bugattis or whatever the fuck y'all talking about, you're never gonna have one of those. No, that's not. I'm not even saying that. Why not get something you like along the way?
Yeah.
So, but I know you don't like stuff.
Yeah.
Just in general, because honestly, I tried to think of some things to say just now, like of what, because obviously like working out doesn't really cost anything. It can, like it can, but it doesn't really. And I'm assuming I'm not even assuming. I happen to know you probably don't really have to trick that often. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't really cost. So I was trying to think of the things that you like. They don't really cost money. You know what I'm saying? Like games, football, sports. I guess sports would be the thing. No, for sure. Sports would be the thing. So you do love sports.
Yep.
So that's good. No, I was trying to think of something like, okay, what does he splurge on? But sports.
I'll pay big to go to sporting
And
events.
yeah, and probably for like memorabilia or shit like that, or just sporting gear, I guess, or whatever. I don't know, but sports will be something you spend money on.
I'm real big on. I will pay out the ass for experiences, but I won't pay out the ass for
anything
material
else.
things.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
I will pay big to go do some shit, but
I feel that way too.
Not
To
to
be,
have something.
I don't feel that way at all because I don't pay big for anything because I'm poor. But I like doing shit more than having shit for sure. For sure. Cool.
You keep doing these intentional weird segues. And
Well,
shit.
because listen, man, because I'm hurt, and I got to find my way back.
What's hurting you right now?
I feel like I look like a bad guy. And in response, I was gonna tell like one of the worst things I ever did. Just and it's like that wasn't gonna help.
You
Like,
trying to
what the
bury
fuck?
yourself with
Because I just want to be so honest, but it's like, yeah, no, I'm kind of kidding. I'm just happy to be here. What's going on, guys? We podcasting. This episode 1, fucking riveting. It's great. How's your day?
I'm just glad to be back in here. I feel
No,
like
same.
I didn't get
Same.
my
Super
therapy
excited.
session.
Super excited. My dad was a pretty cool guy. Actually, I'm gonna keep it real to put it. Actually, it's that shit fun to me because shit was such a mess. I remember he showed up. He had drunk as hell. Showed up. I was probably like 6 or 7. He says, "We going." I know he drunk as hell. Takes me from my mom. We get to drive, and he crashed into a tree. He crashed into the tree. I get out of the car. It's dark out. This on Jesus sandals. I just go into the house. That's the closest. I'm like 6 years old. I just walk in the front door. I'm in these people's refrigerator when they come out. They losing their shit, right? My dad over there crashed and passed out. This is all truth. You should laugh a little because like, what the fuck? Because it's like one story of 7,000 that'll come out as I get more comfortable on camera. But like, so he's crashed at the tree. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like telling him like, yo, they was gonna call the police and shit. I'm like, nah, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll call the police on my dad. So he lucky enough that they come and tow him out and bring him back to the crib. And you know what? He caps that shit off by going upstairs and throwing a bunch of shit at my mom because she let him take me in the car. So I just wanted to connect those dots. So this wild motherfucker takes me out into the crash. I save his ass, then he go back and blame my mom for allowing her to take me. And it's all good because life is good now.
That's some female level ducking of
He's a wild boy.
accountability.
He's a wild boy. It's probably why that one time when they was cutting down the tree, it fell on his car.
Who did he blame for that?
The guy cutting down the tree, it probably was his fault. But I'm just saying, bad shit happens to you when you a dickhead. I know because I suffered for mad years because of all the bad shit I
Man,
did.
I feel like karma's a lazy bitch.
No, it came for me,
I feel like
dog.
she don't be
It
putting that
came
work
for
in.
me. That's why it's like, it's funny because like people who know me now don't know those things about me or whatever, or haven't heard them. They just like, oh, you do all these cool things. You're a nice guy. It's like, nah. And the whole time I'll be suffering car problems. Me and Melody have money, all that shit. It's like, yeah, because that shit never stopped coming, no matter how much I tried to fix it. Now, eventually, things are getting better. That's why we're here. I'm so happy to be here. I hope to share it. I want to give shit away. I want to do cool shit. That's why it's called Do Better. But it was a fucking mess to get here, for sure. It was a fucking mess. And I ain't scared to talk about that shit. Yeah, he threw a bucket of ice at her and said, why the fuck you let me take him and shit? It says, this motherfucker would always fall asleep cooking hot dogs, B. Always. That's how you know I'm on bullshit when I start using my fucking old New York slang. Because I'm like, oh, he's fucking falling asleep with the hot dogs, B. But there be smoke everywhere. Fire department always come and shit. I'd be like, yo, what the fuck, man? Yeah, he was a wild boy. No, he was cool, though, too. I could do this all day, actually. So, hey, tune in to this channel. I'm going to tell you my life story. It's going to be a fucking roller coaster.
Happy Father's Day.
Well, you know what's sad about that?
Something
So I'm not done. You know what's sad about that? I haven't spent a single Father's Day with Melody in the last decade.
I don't believe in Father's Day.
Because she been at the beach chilling, having the time of her life.
Good.
You a fucking hater,
Fuck
bro.
Father's Day.
Why can't I feel celebrated, bro?
Because why the fuck? Why am I letting a calendar dictate to me how I move at all?
Hey, man, some of us aren't loved throughout the year.
I don't need to be
Your
loved.
kids love you.
I
My
know.
kid hits me.
Do you pick a random
Mine
day
do
for your
too.
birthday?
No, I'm just, hey,
Do
you don't
pick
hit
a
me. I'm just
random
playing.
day for your birthday?
No, but I always work overtime, so nobody can do anything for me.
Right on your birthday.
Yeah. I always sign up for overtime on my birthday, so nobody can do nothing for me. I do not believe in that shit.
Hey, what's it like being a martyr?
Bro, I hate holidays, man. I don't fuck with no holidays at all.
Okay, this is what this segment's gonna be. Can you tell me 4 things that you like?
See, this is where I walk out of therapy every time when they start hitting me with this shit. Say 3 nice things about yourself, and then we have a standoff.
All right, how
Hey,
about the first 3 could be the Cowboys?
Man, hey, there ain't a lot of happiness right there right now.
Hey, y'all thought I was, look, watch how I, boom, connect these dots. That's why I started the show. I said, hey, man, I'm going to tell you again. Hey, yo, you want to know something? You best rapper I've ever met.
Stop saying nice things to me. Man.
See how we got here? See how we started the show? No, man, that's why I'm so happy you're here, man. Because honestly, like, you are super talented and shit, and, like, obviously you're there for your kids, shit, good dad, all that shit. So when you do that fucking bullshit like that, I fucking hate everything, I'm like, yo, fine. But it's clear as day you love your family, you care about people, you know, and you're super talented, and I know you inspire people. You know how I know that? Because they tell me. What the fuck? You know what people say, like, oh, you can't be, giving yourself credit. It's like, I'm not giving myself credit. Nobody's telling me I'm the people. I just lied. Some people tell me I'm really good at rapping too, to be fair. But
you are, though.
No, but I think, I truly do think that and even if we don't have to get too weird, you're definitely one of the best I've ever heard. There's just so much technical skill level. And honestly, for me, like, I do, like, care about, like, you just can't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds like somebody has to be perfect. It's like, no, I don't even need multi-syllables as long as you don't miss a beat. You know how some motherfuckers just be sounding like they off beat a little bit. You're so technical, but you don't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Because like some people like when the flow and the beat don't match, so you're almost bobbing your head to one or the other.
Yeah.
And that never works for me. I got maybe it's the ADHD or something. I get lost. I start getting between the two, and then it's like, I'm gonna use Soak the Shock as an example or something, but like Freeway kind of. I loved Freeway though.
Yeah.
But you mastered both. But some people would say he was just too off a little bit, you know? You're just super technical. You're a great rapper. Rock solid. So, he's like, oh, this is when it gets weird when people tell me how cool I am. But I'll tell you this, we got the board dad on this show. I appreciate you. And I think you're the best editor I know. And what's funny is people be like, oh, you're just gassing up your people. Be like, no, everybody else thinks that too. That's why they're here, baby.
Really like
That's why they're here, baby, because I'm not no dummy. You want to be around motherfuckers that's good at what they do, bro.
Absolutely.
That's how I knew podding with you would be. And you're going to see too, because y'all gonna watch this show and be like, yo, that shit was all over the place. Exactly. That's why I watched the journey. We just getting comfortable. This is what we want. We want y'all to come here, get to know us, support, and we hope to do cool shit. I'm probably gonna lose 40 pounds throughout this show at some point. Then what y'all gonna do?
What y'all gonna do?
What y'all gonna do?
We're gonna hit Ray with the sneaker swole.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna look like Chris Hemsworth. You already told me that, B. Shit,
pop out on y'all in the summer.
Nah, I can't.
Cut up.
I'm just super happy to be doing this. So I got these guys here. That's super exciting. We're gonna be podding. So, we could wrap it up. How long we've been going?
This one's about 50.
So yeah, we got about 10 minutes. We'll just do one episode a day. So we do got 10 minutes or whatever. What is some stuff that you hope that we could talk about? Not specific topics though, but you know what I mean. Like I'm guessing you don't want to talk about a bunch of religion or some shit. You know what I mean? But when we talk about sports, we have to talk about the best sport in the world, and that's the problem, I think.
Why is that a problem?
Because combat sports are the best sports in the world.
I don't know why.
Not throwing a ball around.
I don't know why you try to make this some sort of. When I was obsessed with the UFC, I never had to back down my obsession with football. I had room in my life for both.
Shit.
You just be trying to make
bullshit.
it a competition.
You want to know how you know I'm on bullshit? I had that former UFC fighter, current rising fighter, super big deal. Johnny Case is a big deal. I had him here. Though. We had a great interview. It was fun, right? And I said that to him. I said, I literally, in the middle of it, I'm like, so what do y'all got to tell all those guys who think football is a real sport? You know, I was on bullshit. No, they obviously love football and shit, too.
Yeah.
But sports, we'll probably talk about sports sometimes. We'll probably talk about politics sometimes, I ain't gonna lie. How we going? No, you say that, so maybe not. I could be wrong.
Nah, I mean,
but it's about to be that time of year.
Yeah.
It is that time of year.
That's what I'm saying. So I assume that'll come
Be
up.
a month away.
We'll probably talk about our trauma, apparently.
Yeah.
That seems like that's a hot topic. This whole fucking episode was about it.
I want to talk about love and relationships, like dead ass.
Well, and to be fair,
dead ass, I do.
Actually, now that I think about it, this is kind of bullshit because we are like 94 shows in.
Yeah.
So we've actually talked a lot about these things, so that makes sense. But you call it love and relationships.
Yeah.
I feel like, didn't we have an episode where it was like whores and white rappers? That's hilarious. Now that I think about it, that was funny as shit. I forgot about that.
Spin right off the back of
Bro,
that.
that shit was funny as shit. I hope that's one of the one we didn't lose. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I fucked and lost some shit, so I don't know. I feel like a failure today. I talk about all the bad shit I did when I was 8, and now I fucked up some footage. I didn't fuck up no footage. It's just been, like we said at the beginning, it's just been, we learning the workflow.
Yeah.
All these episodes coming, but one of them we talked a lot about whores. But
we definitely did.
And that's okay, right? That's okay, right? Sure. I felt bad about it afterwards. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, man. I felt bad about some of the stuff we talked about on here. I'm kind of a square, I think, because I don't think we've done nothing wrong. No, I'm the one. I feel bad for the whores, bro.
I barely.
I'm the guy who's friends with the whores.
They make the best friends. We talked about this.
No. They make the best friends when you can get all of the benefits.
No.
That's a lie, bro.
No, bro.
That's a lie, bro. You fucked all the whores.
Most of them, but
see what I'm saying? But with that said, they are good friends.
I still have whores for friends, and they are fun.
We've talked about this. So
total platonic friendship. They are the most fun people to kick it with. They don't take themselves too seriously. They're fun.
Hey, I think women are beautiful. Friends. I think women are beautiful and valid, and your feelings matter. Your feelings matter.
You didn't hear me say that, wife.
Yeah, I'm not gonna agree that their feelings matter.
He said there, like, it's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I want them protected and not assaulted, and I want them to feel safe in society. But y'all's heads are full of some bullshit, and I'd love to break that down.
So yeah, we're gonna probably do a lot of talking about that for sure. I can see that because also we just went so differently with love and relationships. Fucking corniest shit I've ever heard you say. The fact you called it that was like
we need to get Ray West in here for that because me
he's
and
the
him,
best at it.
Every time we record
shout out
a
to
song,
Ray West and his beautiful marriage. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to you.
We end up arguing about love and relationships every time we like. After we record the verse, we just like argue for a half hour about it. It's great.
No, so now that you say that, since we are 371 episodes in, we probably should start getting a guest or two here too, because they're gonna come. People are gonna come. I actually want you to do that, just because I'm getting people to come on to these other shows, you know.
Yeah.
So I know you have some people who we already talked about want to get on, that want to get on, and I want to give them the avenue to get on.
Yep.
So we should start doing that too, though.
Definitely.
But Ray will definitely be one of them.
Yep.
For sure.
We're gonna fucking argue, Raymond. Listen,
man. I felt like he was talking to me because obviously,
that's not even his name.
I probably take mostly the same stance that he does.
Yeah.
The only thing that's unique about it now for me is that I see the benefit to having not, you know what I'm saying,
right.
But also not being wildly promiscuous. That was. Promiscuous sounded mad lame.
Sneak diss.
No, but it sounded lame. I know. No, you funny as hell. I tried to say it the most, but that's what I'm saying. So I think I have a balance of both. But because I don't see the benefit of settling down either. So, you know what I'm saying? To where someone like Ray does, is an amazing, beautiful wife and an amazing family. I don't see the benefit in settling down either. but I also don't see the benefit other than the right now shit of running around crazy.
Like,
so
I know
control, bro. Discipline, son.
I know a couple of married men who are really happy.
The problem is
A couple.
So do I.
But
the numbers don't add up.
right, but I'm saying it makes them happy, and I love them, so I'm happy for them, and I truly think it's beautiful. I don't want nothing to do with that.
Because the reality
It's
is, bro,
just- it's not for me.
We talked about this on one episode, actually. You had a lot of good input because you're also super happy and shit, you know what I'm saying? But there's more people who aren't.
Yeah.
And the problem is,
Easily.
like, I happen to know, like, some of Melody's friends and different kids who are affected by those negative relationships, bro. And I just think there's too many of those. You know what I'm saying? So we see the negative effects of all these fucked up relationships. So I struggle to see the benefit. Unless you find the one, I guess, is what people will say. And I don't know. I guess I don't know what that's like.
I think the one's bullshit.
I
I
was
think
just
it's
gonna
just
say that.
whether or not you find the one that's willing to put up with your bullshit. 'Cause
Yeah, well,
but
regardless at the end of the
it's
day,
not a
And I got
one.
mad bullshit to put up with.
regardless of the person, regardless of yourself, there's gonna be some shit. If you're around somebody long enough that they don't like about you and you don't like about them, and it's whether or not you can see past that shit.
Yeah, and I'm not willing to.
And
Like,
if you can't, then
we can just be done here,
Yep.
and that's it.
But that's way more fair than fucking trying to fucking fake it.
Yeah.
It's way more fair than pulling some bullshit and trying to be 7 years deep in a relationship to just go, oh no, I've been lying this whole motherfucking time.
Like, I'm not having any arguments, bro.
No.
None.
Yeah.
Well,
I will not
we
argue
talked
with
about that
anyone.
outside.
We'll just be done.
It's over with.
And that
I
doesn't-
told you not to come to the battles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I told you not to come to the
And
battles.
it's not no hard feelings.
And you know what's messed
it's
up?
Just, we're done
You know what
here.
I'm gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you. I think about her sometimes, and I'm like, that's too bad. But I told you not to come to the battles. So all these years later, I still be like, oh, we could have did something. You shouldn't have came to the battles, though. I
Sorry,
told you not to
Tripp, she
come.
Don't listen.
Told you not to come. Like, it's over with. It's not even like I was like wowed out on her or mean to her for that shit. I said, no, it's over with. I told you not to come. You came. Like, what the fuck is we doing?
Oh,
See,
yeah,
I look so crazy in this episode, bro. You know what? I'm just playing, yo. I'm just playing, man. I'm just playing. I told her not to come to the battles. Say it. What you want me to do, man? I can't hide it. Like I told you, you know what I mean? I hope y'all come back. I do, because I got a lot more sad stories for y'all. But the cool thing is, by then, I'll probably have done other shows where I got a lot of this shit out, because this shit is therapeutic too.
Can we say
You know what I'm saying?
Thinking of some sad shit, though. Did you guys hear about Florida?
What about Florida?
They banned homelessness.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah. It's probably coming here, too. It's probably going to be everywhere.
So just so you know,
Criminalized homelessness.
there's sadness out there, but then there's sad.
In the most homelessness-producing economy
Facts.
in fucking a lifetime, bro.
Then now they're like, no,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to do that, though.
That's
can't-
them same people trying
Can't do.
to
You
fund
don't
the
have
prison,
an option.
fill the prison labor system again.
But
they
you-
back at it again.
You got to go into the woods, motherfucker. You
Yeah.
can't
no,
sleep out
obviously
here.
what you're saying is 100% accurate, but also just like,
That's insane, bro.
yeah, no, it is. It is. It's because what good is it gonna do? It's
Zero.
like, what good does it do to find them? Because that's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Because it's not doing any good.
No.
But I'm the guy, since I was homeless for years, outside, slept through mad seasons. I will say there's a lot of motherfuckers outside who are not taking any accountability.
Sure.
And no,
Sure.
that's what I'm
Sure.
saying. Like I was
Absolutely.
there. Because
Yeah.
I'll do this. I'll even be the guy who motherfuckers like, prisons are terrible. Of course they are. But guess what? I also met a lot of motherfuckers in prison, and you know where they needed to be? In motherfucking prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of people who, like, I'm just saying, like, I think accountability is the answer, and I just sound like an asshole when you apply that to homeless people, or you apply it to potential. You know, I was about to get in. I thought we was wrapping up. I almost somehow walked into abortion. Like I'm cool, bro. What is we doing?
We'll get there.
We never will get there
40
ever.
years too
You
late
want
for
to talk
that.
about politics, but you don't want to talk about that particular
You want to know why I
issue?
don't want to talk about it?
Why?
Because it's fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to.
Listen,
jump on
I
at
can't
some
leave
point.
that. I actually have a pretty simple logic. The only thing that sucks is if you are a guy, right?
You don't get a say.
At all. If it's a consensual relationship where no one else is involved.
And that does suck.
Listen, because, and this is, this is actually, I'm a fairly astute, semi-intelligent guy. The one thing I think that happens with that is what people want is they don't want to accept that their point of view, even though it is, yes, it might be the right thing to do, it still might hurt people.
Yeah.
So what the thing is people will say you have to be this way and have to think this way and won't accept that, even though that might hurt people. So that's what I just never understood when I was having that conversation. Like, of course it's fine. I don't want nothing to do with it. Totally get it. But why can't I even say that when it happened to me, when that was my baby?
You can't
we
even
knew
say,
it was my
well, I would
baby.
prefer.
She knew it was
Yeah.
mine. She knew it was mine.
Yeah.
She knew I wanted the baby. We all knew that shit. And she gets to get mad, and then now I don't have that child. Why can't that be a thing? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's
No,
all I'm saying.
It does hurt men because I've had 2 abortions on me that I didn't learn of until after the fact. Like I never even had a.
No, listen, it's
Not
terrible.
that I would get a choice.
No, exactly. I'm good
And
with
not
that.
that I'm saying I need a choice.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
It's not mine to call, but goddamn it
Why
sucks.
can't the other side
It
accept
does
that?
suck.
Say there are people who are going to be hurt by this.
Yeah,
And that's okay.
It does hurt. Like,
Yes, that's what I think those.
Yeah.
Because I do firmly believe in the fucking needs of the many over the wants of the few.
Yeah.
100%. So I understand that we're the rare, like the small number. So I understand that I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want nothing to do with those laws. None of that.
Yeah, I want
Like,
women to call their own
but
shots on
why
their own
can't
body.
we say that?
But
hey,
it does
we
hurt.
were together.
Yeah.
And like it was consensual, obviously. Like now I just don't get any say in that baby, and it's a heavy way to go. But I had to clarify, obviously, since it came up.
Since you opened,
I think it's
Yeah.
clear to state that the blanket statement shit that's going on in that is not going to work.
That's it. And listen, I don't actually want nothing to do with anything. If you lift it up to me, I just want to help y'all out, help
Thanks.
people out, chill, do cool shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand why we can't be accountable. And that in that scenario, why can't we say, yeah, that was a thing, and I'm hurt by that, and I have to say that's okay.
Yeah.
But why can't I say that hurts?
Yeah.
Because they want you to believe that if you believe one side or the other, that it doesn't affect anyone.
Yeah.
It
No one
doesn't
ever
work
wants,
like
no,
that.
No one ever wants a middle.
Exactly.
Because I think, like I said, let me be very clear.
No one ever wants a middle.
I want them to be able to
Me
call.
too. I want nothing to do with
I
it.
want them to call their own shot on what is done with their
100%.
body. But
Everywhere.
I do think when you go in for abortion number 5, somebody should probably look at you sideways a little.
Yeah.
And I ain't even
Just
going to
look
go
at
that
you
far.
sideways a little. I'm not saying don't perform it. I'm saying somebody ought to be like, all right, bitch. Just like,
Maybe
this
there's-
is
No, what can
fine.
we
Maybe,
do
maybe
here?
there,
fine.
maybe there
What
needs
happened?
to be a meeting beforehand of some sort. A conversation may need to take
We
place.
cannot
Is all
end.
we're saying
Somebody
here.
should
Yo,
at least
we
It's all we're
cannot.
discuss better management with
We
you.
cannot
Like,
wrap this
that's all
show
I'm
up
saying.
with,
That's all I'm
yo, that
saying.
bitch been here 5 times.
all
The
I'm
fuck
saying.
wrong with her?
That's all I'm
What's
saying.
wrong
And
with
on
her?
that note,
We cannot end. I won't allow us to end like that. Look.
I won't allow us to continue. It's broken.
All right. Look, y'all. This is UnEmplortant. I believe in all things for everybody. I want no smoke with not even China. Nobody.
There's nothing we're not gonna
Like
get
TikTok
into,
is
though.
fine. Like that's cool. Do
I will
that.
fight you, China.
Like don't worry about working out or being intelligent. Like that's doesn't make any sense. I'm just trying not to piss off the stupids.
Yeah. Don't piss off the stupids.
How do you do that? Because right now they're going to be in the comments making the first comment that UnEmplortant's ever going to see is going to have something to do with like abortion now.
It's crazy because
When that was the low,
your
that
dad
was
crashing
literally,
a car.
but no,
One
for
or
sure.
two. We don't
That
know
was the
yet.
most low key take though. Literally, it was the most low key take.
We literally
everything's good.
we agreed
Everything's
99%,
good.
and
It
they're
just-
gonna
it
fight
can
us
hurt.
about the one.
It can hurt
They're
sometimes.
gonna fight us on the 1%.
But so I want to make sure y'all know, man, that we just happy to be here.
Yeah.
The stupids are fine. I understand that you don't process well. You're like an older like Dell computer that doesn't work that
on
good.
this fucking note,
You know what I'm saying? Now I'm dissing the fans. Listen.
we love you and we want you to do one very specific thing, and that's just subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like the
UnEmplortant
video.
episode
We love you.
495.
Thank you.
95 is the
Thank you
future.
for
Do
tuning
better.
in to episode
Bedder-Meda.
95.
I promise you, lots of cool shows to come. As a matter of fact, jump in the comments. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. We're not gonna give a fuck, but do it anyway. I'm sorry for being so abrasive. It's who I am. You know, I'm gonna tell you this. A lady called today. I work for a storage unit facility. Lady called today. She ain't paid her bill in mad long. I know that because I'm looking at the receipts. Like I'm not worried about how you feel. It's all good. She called. She trying to tell me that she did some things that I can't see. I'm like, ma'am, this isn't between me and you. I'm not trying to be right or wrong here. I'm like,
Yeah.
just telling you what I'm looking at. And so if you made the payment, go get a receipt. She's like, what's a receipt? This lady said, what's a receipt?
Really?
Listen, man, this is all recorded. They record the conversations. I said, have you ever been to Target? She said, yeah. I said, have you ever bought anything? They give you something? She said, I know what a receipt is, but that's what I'm saying. She just on bullshit.
Yeah.
So she like, oh, I made this payment she didn't make. And I'm just saying, like, I don't know how I got there, but it's cool. Like, everything is cool. You can be emotionally intelligent. Everything's not about right or wrong. You know what I'm saying?
And pay your bills.
And pay your bills. And pay your bills. But that's what I was trying to say. Is like everything doesn't have to be right or wrong. Sometimes we all looking at an ink blot. And it's the same ink blot. And a motherfucker might see a hippo and a motherfucker might see a cloud. That's it. It's the same ink blot though. And that's what people don't want to accept. We all going through this human experience on this wild ass rock. And it's all the same ink blot. You know why? Because we're standing in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? We looking at the same things. Like, it's all trees and plants and water. It's all the same shit. I don't care if you in Rwanda or if you in fucking Tennessee or if you in Quebec or Winnipeg or wherever the fuck you at. It's all the same shit, bruh. It's all the same ink blot. And I can't understand why people don't want to accept that, because then their pain isn't unique. Oh, you see a fucking, you see a bell or you see like a cow? No, you don't. It's the same ink blot. So now your pain isn't special. Now your point of view isn't special. Yes, it's fine. It's all the same ink blot. What the fuck? Anyway, y'all be cool.
Why should we be in such desperate haste to succeed?